All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a bad podcast. This week, I pressed record, not start streaming. And for those of you who don't get it, that's a big thing for me. We take the little victories in life, and that right there, it's not a little victory, it's a big victory. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you climb Mount Everest for the very first time, you get to that peak, you start looking down and thinking, damn, look what I did today. Now, did I climb Mount Everest? No, but I started recording first time, and that's the same thing. David, how are you this week? David, no, he knows he agrees.
I am great. How are you? That's your dog because you started my mind once again. That's fine. I hope you're good. Let's move on.
Well, I am doing good, and I'm glad you're doing well too, bro. There's quite a little bit has happened over the past week or so. Um, some good shit we can look forward to discussing today. I feel the best place, obviously, we usually start with short sports. Let's just get it out the way. Liverpool manager leaving. Klopp is out. What are your initial thoughts as a rival fan? I know you're a Brighton boy, home and true. So, how are you feeling?
um, I don't really have many feelings. I mean, he, yeah. Damn, he's gone.
That's it.
What? Like, I'm not, like, look, am I meant to be happy he's gone? Like, yeah,
Hmm.
no. Um, uh, I, I've died on the hill. The Klopp's a better manager than Pep.
Okay.
Um, and now he's not at Liverpool. I don't have to hate him. So, like,
Now, I feel like obviously it's
I
been
hope
quite
Liverpool take
iconic.
Ten Hag.
But like obviously his time at Liverpool, it's been quite iconic. Got a quick snapshot here. So
What
joined
did
in
last year?
2015. So
October 2015.
yeah, two managers of the season, one Prem, one Champions League, 317 games, 198 wins, 675 goals scored.
Uh, I don't think his stats matter. I think what really matters is look at the Liverpool team that he joined with, and it had niggas like Ryan Babel in it, and fucking
Thinking
the
that far
team.
back is insane.
The team that Liverpool had when on Klopp's first game, the fact that he was able to get them into Champions League, which allowed them to get good players, sign really good players for good money like Mane and Salah, could made players like Jordan Henderson look like they could actually play football.
Mm,
Um, signed Van Dijk, signed fucking Matip, Canate, Gomez, like moved all them people through. Challenged for leagues, would have won more leagues if City weren't so dominant, and did it all while actually barely spending money. Is just like yeah, it's
true.
bad.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think like I was watching something earlier where it's like as a rival fan, you're kind of happy, obviously. It's kind of like imminent. The downfall of Liverpool is going to be upon us, but
I'll
also
be
at the
happy with
same
that.
time, it's a little bit sad that he's gone.
Okay, so this was his first 11 when he joined in Liverpool. He
All
had
right.
Simon Mignolet in goal.
Okay.
Nathaniel Klein at right back, Martin Skirtle as centre back with
Oh my
Mamadou
God,
Sakho,
I forgot about him.
Alberto Moreno at left back, Lucas Leiva at centre mid, unlucky, Emre Chan, James Milner, Adam Lallana, Coutinho, and Divock Origi is 11.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that team won. That team were a mid-table team. They were like eighth or ninth.
I can't lie. The only decent player, well, there was quite a few decent players. I won't be disrespectful, but yeah, yeah, Coutinho is the
And
is the only
he
you
sold
know
Coutinho, he sold
obvious
Coutinho
one.
for like 120 mil.
That's when he went
That's
to
not like look.
Barcelona, right?
Yeah,
He went to Barca. Well, the Premier League has
sold
lost.
for 110 mil. Bought Salah and Mane, won leagues and could have won Champions League with it.
I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, like if they could have done the same kind of thing but kept Coutinho, they could have been obviously a much better team. But the necessary changes happened, and
Could have been, but
win-win.
they needed to do the rebuild.
Yeah, and they needed the
And now
money.
them to get Van Dijk, something like
Um,
that. But yeah,
it's insane. He's gone. He's gone. Holy
I'm
shit.
not saying he left. No, he told them he's leaving in November, which is quite funny. That man's for 2 months he's just been walking around going, "Yeah, we're good for the future."
I was gonna say because it depends though, because like obviously like some managers be like, okay, I'm done, and then like next year they'll be back. They just need like a little bit of a break. Like obviously like what he said is like he's feeling obviously burnt out and he just needs some time off. So maybe like after a year or two, he might be back managing, or he might just be satisfied with his career.
Or you know,
He becomes England manager, and then we win.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Wishful
I wouldn't
thinking.
be
That is
I wouldn't be surprised if Ineos start begging Klopp to be manager.
really,
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he'll do it straight away because of the Liverpool links,
yeah.
and I think he'll want a bit of a break. But I wouldn't be surprised if they don't at least talk to him about it or try and
He'll definitely
get him
have
to
like
like.
a bunch of people obviously contacting his team and being like,
I wouldn't
because he
I wouldn't
did
be
take his
surprised.
technical staff with him. Like when
Yeah,
he
I
said when
wouldn't be
he's leaving, his
surprised.
technical staff is leaving too. Just
I
kind of
wouldn't be
crazy.
surprised if he leaves and then he's using some form of like backroom negotiator or something, and he gets like a technical role with United behind the scenes for a bit. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I feel like if that happened, a lot of fans would call him. Well, Liverpool fans would call him a Judas for any kind of role. Now, on my behalf, I don't see the problem personally. You know, money is money. That's what I'm talking about. But you know, I guess if you have
Hey,
quote unquote loyalties and whatever bullshit, then fair enough. You know,
I ain't got no
maybe.
loyalty to my job.
And ladies and gentlemen, we can confirm this month is another month where David and I are still employed. So it it feels good and bad at the same time. Can't lie.
Okay, I've got a question.
Go on.
While we're on football,
Mm.
okay, so obviously, Omar Berardi has left Man City, come to Man United.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely surprised. Just want your thoughts on that idea that this man said the only thing that would make him leave Man City would be to join a like super club. He's like,
Okay.
the only way I leave City is if I could join one of the. He's like, I joined the biggest clubs possible, Real
All right.
Madrid or United.
Okay. Well, achieved his
As a
goal.
United fan,
Yeah.
as a United fan, are you surprised we're still in that conversation? Because
Uh,
I am.
we are. Maybe he's talking financially,
I
kind
think he was talking. He was talking project wise
of. Okay. I
because
mean, yeah.
he
I
said that
mean,
because he was
the
like.
Real Madrid project and the United project are
But what I
vastly
mean is like,
two different
but he's
projects
talking
going
about
on there.
I guess scope of business. But
Yeah.
like, I'm still surprised that United, after 10 years of not winning, are still so high above City when it comes to how even people who work there view it.
Yeah. That's
It's actually
actually
kind of mad.
no. It's insane. It's insane. Don't get me, I'm
Like,
happy that he's here, but it's
oh,
actually
I'm
insane
very
when you deep
happy.
it.
Like the way I know that Omar Baradi is a really good appointment is how Pep responded to the news, because his response was, "Oh, well, they're taking him. Well, De Bruyne's still here, Haaland's still here. I mean, they can't have them." And I was like, that man's rattled. Yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah, he's definitely a little bit pissed. Don't get me wrong
That's
though.
one of them. That's one of them. You're like, oh no, oh, what? Just as you left,
I
we
mean,
still
don't
got you this.
don't get it twisted. Obviously, it's City. They'll find a
I
replacement
can't
and
lie.
they'll
I
actually
can't lie.
appoint a good replacement. But
Pep's leaving soon though. He hasn't got long left.
bruh, you see, like
18 months maybe.
yeah, okay. Say for
I thought Pep would leave
example,
before Klopp.
say for example, Pep leaves, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So for Liverpool, everybody already has like an understanding for like Klopp out, so they're kind of already saying Xavi Alonso might come in. They're second in charge right now. He might step up and take over or whatever. If Pep
Who?
left, I don't
Xabi
know.
Alonso.
No, no,
He's
no,
a
no.
Leverkusen.
Yeah, no, no. I know that. No, they have,
Oh,
and they're second in charge now at Liverpool. He would take over because apparently he's really
oh,
good. Um, I don't know what the fuck his name is though, but apparently he's really good for the club if you care about Liverpool, of which I don't. But if Pep was to leave, who the fuck takes over Manchester City? Like who?
depends what league
Because
they're in.
everyone has like such a high standard for the way like they play and shit. I'm trying to think of like who
Look,
comes
you have to
in
remember
and
that.
can run the club not the same way, but close to the same way because I can't really think of many people who could.
I mean, I'll be honest. If you're
Mm,
looking at Man City, it also depends on what happens in their financial things.
yeah, true.
Because if they get to any problems, it's going to ship them with managers. But also, I mean, the manager pool isn't great, but like it depends what you want if you're Man City. Because you can go
Mm,
at that point, you can go for a younger manager like a De Zerbi or like a someone who is in the Premier League who can take that step up and would. Because I'll be honest, a lot of managers can win the Prem with
okay.
their ideology if they have the City system. They're not going to do
Okay.
it as dominantly. You're probably also looking at Mikel Arteta maybe going back to Man City.
Okay.
You, it's not a great look for them. I think the Man City job,
One. He would.
the Man
Arsenal
City
fans would
job,
lose their mind.
the Man City job isn't as it's not as well coveted as you'd think, which is weird because you'd think that like the Ancelottis of the world would be like, yeah, Man City, I love it, but also
Yeah.
I think that Pep Guardiola is the perfect manager for Man City because he's a very corporate manager. Like
Yeah.
he's the type of manager who um he's not gonna ask like he can make things work, but also he's not. He was at Barcelona and that structure's stupid, and he managed to make it work. Like he knows how to like kind of finesse the billionaires into letting him get his way, but also like working in around like a whole corporate structure where some managers just want to be left to coach. Um, but you're not looking at many people that could take over from Pep like that.
Yeah. Don't because I feel like with every kind of shift like this, it's always super interesting to see how obviously the club's gonna handle it, the players, etc. So like when that time comes, because he's not fucking staying there forever, it'll be interesting. Like I feel like Liverpool's the
So,
first step because we saw the fucking shit show United became. We saw how Chelsea changed after their fucking
so,
ownership
so
there. It's
what
not
I'd
it's
say
not
is
manager, but it's ownership.
it's
So it's gonna
different
be crazy.
because United's manager was 26 years.
Hmm.
In an era where like that was changing. Pep and Klopp have been there like 8 and 10 years respectively. Or no, it's around it. It's 8 and 9 years respectively.
Yeah.
And you're looking at that, you're like, okay, cool. Like it's not that much of a dynamic shift for them. The problem is the Klopp's team that he had
Yeah.
are all at the end of their actual usage scale. You can tell he didn't want to do another rebuild. He did a perfect. He did one rebuild that was perfect for him, and now Salah's gonna come to the end of his effectiveness and probably will end up leaving or trying to demand more money. Van Dijk is near the end of like his peak.
Mm.
Henderson had already left. Mane had left. They're struggling with a striker. They're struggling with a second centre back. Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't. He's, he can
He's
whip a
still
ball
good.
in, but he's not.
I'd say it's still really
He's
good.
good, but also not a great right back, and that's the
He's not
problem.
supposed to be right back. Not supposed to be fucking right back. That's why. Anyway, sorry. As you were
And
saying.
play him centre mid or something. Andy Robertson is not as effective as he was. So everyone's on like a slight decline, which is why it feels like they're having to do more. He feels like he's having to do more to get the same output from his players. So when he goes and half of these players go, whoever comes in is going to have to either sell a lot of players and like rebuild with younger players, or is going to
Mm,
have to just accept the fact that Liverpool are going to be like seventh, eighth in that area for a little bit.
I
Man
guess.
City, we've seen what they're like without De Bruyne De Bruyne mostly.
Yeah.
And I actually one of the
I
things is when
mean,
you look
we
at Man
say
City,
that, but like they still just do play well. It's just like the finishing
but
aspect. Like
the thing
it's
is, if you're being honest, and you look at that team
mm,
without De Bruyne, that team that without De Bruyne and Haaland, the team is as ordinary as the Arsenal's, the Liverpool's, those type of teams. With them, they can still play at the highest level, which is why they won the treble when they were always available. You take De Bruyne out of the team, and the team struggles. I think that like the fact that they've had to lean on Bernardo Silva so much to get goals shows that like they generally don't have a plan B sometimes because
yeah,
Pep
but
plays in a
it's
really
kind of
systematic
crazy
football.
because like they'll have like what like 10 to 10, 15, 20 shots every game. Like so the
Yeah,
generating chances is just obviously the finisher.
well, the thing is, it's because they're a systematic team. So what they'll do is they'll create chances in the same way over and over again. It doesn't always mean that those chances are great chances or like chances where they're going to score from it. Haaland was able to create goals from like 22% chances and like things that shouldn't be goals, and then De Bruyne's able to create a chance that shouldn't look so easy and make it look easier. But then this team, like defensively, they're not the best. Midfield, they are. If there's no Rodri, they have an issue. And then attacking wise, they really do rely on Haaland. So you look at that team and you're like, if Pep was to leave, Haaland was to go to Real Madrid as everyone's already expecting him to go to after a couple of years. De Bruyne's injury record isn't the best. And then suddenly you look at a team that isn't that great and would have to rely on the Fodens. They'd have to probably they're not gonna get the same money back for Grealish that they paid for him. So they'd either have to use him or lose money on him. And like you look at this team and you're like, it's
Mm,
actually they've got a good youth prospect, so they could bring up players from the youth system. But it's
yeah.
like if you're the new Man City manager, you're coming in and like you're already going to be on some stringent things because of the charges and whatever, and there's going to be some lockdown on what you can and can't do, and then on top of that, you're losing like star players and whatever to buy them back. It's and combine that with the fact that Real Madrid may get Mbappe or Haaland or both, and yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
thing they got the Champions League when they did.
I
Like
was
that's the
gonna
right time
say,
for them to get the Champions League.
I like. I still feel like obviously they perform well, like without Holland and stuff. Obviously, he does make a ridiculous difference, but
Well,
that's
but
obviously why they.
don't get it wrong.
Cause bro,
Don't get it wrong.
like okay, so like remove Holland from the situation, right? Obviously, he's only been there a year and a half now. Like they're about to do 4 in a row, which means they won 3 without him. Like isn't that
But
well?
but here's why. Because so so the first year of Liverpool won it in 2020 before the COVID year. Then 2020, 2021, Liverpool were not even in the competition because that's when Van Dijk got injured. So Liverpool were awful, barely made top four. The United finished second, and look how bad we were. Like the league was horrible. Then the second year they won it, they were the best team by far. Like, that was De Bruyne's best year. Um, Sterling was scoring goals, Aguero was still scoring goals. They were winning games and like finding a way to win. But again, their competition for that was not really that much. Liverpool did well, and that was the year that like they pushed each other, but the league in itself wasn't that great. Last year they shouldn't have won the league. Arsenal should have won it, but they threw it away. And then this year they are like third, second. Like
Second right now, yeah,
they're
and
second in the route,
they have a
but
game in hand as well.
but my point again is Arsenal were top of Christmas and threw it away. Liverpool are top of the league and
5 points
trying to do their
ahead.
best to stay top of the league and like winning games, but like not convincingly. And like they're trying to like, and now that the Klopp thing with him leaving, he'll
Mm.
probably get like an extra 10-15% out of these players, which might push Liverpool to the league. But Man City
Maybe,
again, it might. Like what I'm saying is like it's because they're not in Champions League. They're not in the. They're in the League Cup final. They're in the FA Cup. And they're in the Prem. If he
yeah,
can use it like it's my last 4 months, every Anfield game is going to be difficult because these fans are gonna. They know what they're losing. They're not that stupid.
yeah,
They know that,
100%.
and these players are gonna know that like he's done a lot for them, and they're gonna want to like it will give them like that little extra boost. Whether
Yeah,
it's enough to stop City is a different question. But then that so when you look at Man City leagues, like realistically, it's the Haaland year, like sick, like he killed it. But then
yeah,
Arsenal fucked that up and threw it away. Arsenal should have won that league. They did everything they needed to do, and then they threw it away because it was too much pressure, and they don't
which is
have
fair.
winners in that team. And then every other year, what like United and Chelsea have been shit. Liverpool have been like they're on and off again. Like they'll be good one year, shit next year. Arsenal, yeah, and then the other team that could have pushed them were Tottenham with Kane, but they never were able to put it together. Literally, and for the last 3 or 4 years,
Mm.
all City had to do is just kind of like put together a run of form at the right time, and they'd won the league. And
Yeah,
teams
but it's
were
just about
scared.
consistency, bro. Because like you
It's
said, like last year
consistency,
with
but
Arsenal,
also, but
bro. Like they were clear. Like,
as a
but
United fan,
it literally proved that it doesn't like unless you have that consistency and you can keep your head. It doesn't like
you know what it
it
is.
doesn't
You know
matter,
what it
bro. It
is.
does not matter.
As a United fan who's grown up watching teams like Newcastle do this, teams like Liverpool have done it before, throwing away leads with Benitez. What actually happens is the
Iconic
way
Gerard slip.
the not even that was after that. Benitez's one was with United and against Ferguson. They were top of the league. They could have won the league. He started trying to play mind games with Fergie, and then they started just drawing games, and United beat them to the title. And the thing with that is, what happens is you end up these teams end up playing the occasion instead of the game. So now,
Mm,
when they're playing, like Arsenal last season, they were every game they were playing against City. Whereas City was playing the game in front of them because they've already won it. Arsenal were panicking because they were like, if we lose this game, City are obviously going to win and then they're going to close the gap. So then they suddenly went out there and they couldn't make mistakes. And then suddenly, they got in their own heads because it's hard when when you've got someone who's so far above where you expect them to be, you assume that you cannot have a bad day. Because if they have a bad day, they can still find a way to win. If you have a bad day, you're probably not going to win the game. And that puts more pressure on you. And when teams get more pressure on them over the course of a season, and then things start going wrong and they get bad luck, it compounds and it gets worse.
yeah, no doubt
And
about that.
United had it for ages. City have got it now. Like it's a fear that they're just going to appear. Like Liverpool fans are top of the league and won't believe
Mm,
that they're going to win the league because they know City are there, and that will cause them more panic and then more stress, and then they'll end up fucking it up. And it's more anxiety. It's great. I love it when it's not United because we're not even involved in it.
yeah, no, we're nowhere near that conversation. We have right now 48 is obviously first Liverpool. We have 32 points. It's crazy, but that's just it
Okay.
is what it is. I don't care. All right, we're 10 points away from top four.
Wait.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Does not matter. All right, so a question for you. This was well, it wasn't a hot take. This was genuinely someone's opinion. Who do you think is better, Mesut Ozil or Bruno Fernandez? Just asking in general, who do you think is better?
I don't know.
Oh, you actually have to think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy! All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't think it was worth thinking about, to be honest.
Well, the thing about Ozil is he was great on a Real Madrid team, but then at points wouldn't even get game time. Him at
Mm,
Arsenal was sick,
mm,
but then I don't know if I watched enough of him at Arsenal to really remember. Like, I
okay.
only ever saw highlights at Arsenal, and then Bruno's had one of the greatest seasons of a midfielder in the Premier League, but then also like kind of spot. I don't
Because
know. Like that.
for both players, you can say like they didn't necessarily have a fantastic fucking team to work with either. Like they had to fucking
I'd say
carry at
Bruno's
points.
for me. Bruno's peaks higher than Ozil, but also Ozil's like
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know. It's the weird ice time. I don't know. They're just like it's
okay. Well, let me read
strange.
the stats. Obviously Bruno's still playing, and then Ozil's stats as a whole from when he was at Arsenal. So he had 184 appearances, Ozil, 33 goals, 54 assists
Okay. Yeah,
for his whole time at Arsenal. I don't know what was that, like 3 years,
yeah,
4 years, something like that.
6,
6 years.
6 years.
Okay. And then Bruno Fernandez, currently 144 appearances, 47 goals, so more goals, and 36 assists. So about
Okay.
18
So,
assists less.
but the problem. So the problem with the assist thing for Bruno is
Mm,
that man. So I don't like the XG whatever,
yeah.
but no player has more expected assists in this league since Bruno joined the league than Bruno. He just never played with an actual like finishing striker. He got he had a bit of time with Ronaldo, and then that happened. We had a bit of time with, and then the rest of his time has been like Weghorst or trying to make Martial or Rashford work, and it's like, yeah. So he's one of them where like if on another team you'd have had like 60, 70 assists.
Mm. But then you could
It's
say
like,
the same thing for Ozil, right? If you put him in a better
nah.
team, you're telling me he doesn't get more assists in the better team with a better striker. Because if you're telling me who was his
That's
striker at that time, I don't even fucking know back in those
Aubameyang.
days.
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang?
He would have had Aubameyang. He would have had
I think it's because my recent memory of Aubameyang, I'm just like he's not bad, but he's not fantastic.
he would have had Sanchez, Aubameyang,
But
both at like their peak when they were like top scorers in the league.
yeah, but does Sanchez count because he's a winger, not really a striker? But I guess this still
Yeah,
contributes
but
to it.
Sanchez was like he was like third. He was in the golden boots for Premier League.
Did he ever win it, or is he just like up there, kind of? I don't think he ever won one. Surely not. I say
He's
surely
definitely
not. If he did, then congrats to him.
in 2017, he was.
Okay.
We do have to like read the. Do I have to, what is the point of telling me what happened before the game and after it? In 2017, before the last game of the season, he
uh,
was joint top. I just don't know if. God, I just fucking. Okay, fine. Let me do some research. Fucking hell. Fucking. No matter like, oh, he was on the last day going into it. They were equal on 22.
okay.
Fuck. Um. So no, he came. So he came second in the 2016 or 2017
Okay.
because Kane scored more goals on the last day of the season.
Okay. Fair.
But like he was in and about there for his peak. He was in and about there. It's just that
Okay.
Aguero and Kane were about and kept stopping him. But I'm talking like what 22 goals in a season for a winger,
Mm,
and that's in an actual like Premier League season. So he had a lot where it's like. And I think they're really like that Arsenal team was like one of those teams where he kind of was able to conduct the team play well. You look at his Real Madrid stats and they were like pretty similar. That was in the Benzema, Ronaldo.
yeah, because obviously he had the infrastructure there to like obviously go crazy when he was there.
Yeah, so the things I don't know. The thing is, I like both players, so it's not even.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Both players are fucking
I like,
fantastic. Like,
I like Ozil a
no
lot
doubt
more
about
now
it.
he's not at Arsenal though.
Because I think, yeah, no. Oh my God. Yeah, at Real Madrid, bro, he had 81 assists in
Yeah, because
159 games.
look who he's. That's what I'm saying. But look,
He was
that's what I'm
chilling.
saying.
He
Like,
was
look who he was
chilling.
playing with. Like, it's like Ozil's ability to find a fun pass is incredible.
Yeah, no.
Bruno's
It's
ability
the
to create
eyes.
something from nothing. Bruno's ability to create something from nothing was
Mm,
incredible. And it's like they're two different players but playing in the same position. It's one of them. It's weird, and depending on how you look at the stats, you can be like, oh well, like because you can look at the Bruno. If you take out penalties from Bruno, you can look at it in one way. Take out the fact that like, oh, it's weird.
okay.
Now if you put them both together,
Mm,
like I wish United had have done, I'd have been happy.
would have been beautiful. All right. Well, let's quickly do a quick fire for the upcoming games. Obviously they're not.
4-0 United. Oh, it's FA Cup weekend. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna do Premier League games, so these won't be until next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. So yeah, quick fire. All right. Forest versus Arsenal. Forest are at home.
Arsenal win
Luton Town versus
3-1.
Brighton.
Brighton win.
That took a little bit. Fulham versus Everton.
Well, I'm a Brighton fan after all. Um, hmm,
Come on now.
Everton win.
Everton win. Crystal Palace versus Sheffield. Palace obviously at home.
I think you said Crystal Palace versus Sheffield Palace. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Um, uh, Palace win.
All right. Aston Villa versus Newcastle.
Newcastle win. No, Villa
City
win.
Villa win. Okay. Man City versus Burnley.
Burnley loss.
Okay. Tottenham versus Brentford.
Jeez, how these games are why all mid Tottenham win.
Okay. Liverpool versus Chelsea. Big game.
Chelsea win.
Okay. Don't know why that fucked me up. Sorry. West Ham versus Bournemouth.
Bournemouth win.
Wolves United. I know you used to live in Wolverhampton. Let's move it on. Come on now. I
Never
know
lived
that's
in
your old. I
Wolverhampton.
know that's your old saying, but come on now.
Never lived in Wolverhampton.
Okay, guys,
Um,
come on. David's from
United
Wolverhampton. Come on
win.
now. Yeah, he now lives in Brighton. For anyone wondering,
United win.
United win. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
On the Thursday, the 1st of February, David said it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do well if you're free next week,
Oh,
Thursday, we can do
payday.
actually wait. No, we'll do the podcast on the Friday if you're free. And then that way we can just recap all your results that you would have got. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Those are your scores at the doors. Let's quickly hop into Super Six, 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 Six,
Fuck
and
Super Six.
yeah, let's see what's available on Super Six today. Hold on. Okay, okay, let's quickly see. All right, from the last round. Um, ooh, yeah, it was a rough one. Uh, okay. So from the last round, none of the predictions were correct at all. So this, so I'm hoping that
You
this
mean
week,
results or scores?
bro, results and scores, they were all wrong.
What?
You got them all wrong. So Norwich versus West Brom, you predicted 2-1 to West Brom. Norwich won 2-0. You predicted 1-0 for Watford against Bristol City. It was a draw. You predicted 2-0 for Brentford against Forest. They won 3-2. You predicted Leeds to win 2-0 versus Preston. They won 2-1. You predicted West Ham to beat Sheffield United. They drew 2-2. And you predicted a draw for Liverpool versus Bournemouth, and Liverpool won 4-0. So, listen, new week, new week, new week. More passion, more passion, more footwork, more footwork. You know what I'm saying, bro? All right. All right, welcome back. All right. First game on Super 6. Sheffield United versus Brighton. I swear you.
Brighton 2-0.
Brighton 2-0. Okay.
Nigga, how do you draw 2-2? What the fuck are you desperate?
Everton versus Luton.
2-1 Everton.
All right. Leicester versus Birmingham.
Leicester 2-0.
Leicester 2-0. All right. Fulham versus Newcastle.
What?
Fulham versus Newcastle.
Nigga, what are these games for? What the fuck?
FA Cup weekend. FA Cup weekend.
Oh, Newcastle 1-0.
1-0. Okay. West Brom versus Wolves. It's a big game. It's a big game.
First time that that's the first time that game's happened with fans since 12 years.
Jesus Christ. Well, let's hope
Wolves,
nothing stupid happens.
They're banned out off from the stadium. Wolves, no. West Brom 2-1.
You want? All right. Finally, Liverpool versus Norwich. Who are you going for?
Liverpool 4, Norwich now.
4-0. All right. Okay. When do you think the golden goal will happen? Last round, it was in the second minute by Will Keane in the Preston North End. Okay, 11th minute. All right. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's your Super Six done for the week.
Come on, sports fam, I'm done.
We still have some more sports to discuss. It's a long sports segment, but just sit back and enjoy, man. All right. Well, the next thing, sporting wise, to discuss, but I'd rather not discuss it, but it's kind of necessary to discuss it. Actually, before we get there, Cole Palmer right now is 3 goals away from equaling Saka's best ever season, goal scoring wise. Just thought I would throw that into the universe.
Penalty.
You can't even say, you can't even like, what are you supposed to call them? Like penalma? Like there's nothing you can do. Like
cold penalty, blood. It was a cold penalty. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
cold penalty.
Fair,
yeah, it's madness. All right. Well, did you see the photo of Fred and his newborn?
Yes.
Now, number one, obviously skin tones do change the older you get. But off first glance, it was very funny because I was like, this is hilarious. But obviously, skin tones, hair colors, all that shit change as you get older. But that first photo, it did make me laugh because it does not look like Fred's baby, but it was very funny. Okay. this should cheer you up. Obviously, during the break, a couple teams played like obviously indoor games behind closed doors. Manchester United lost 3-1 against Burnley in a friendly. um, how are you feeling about that information? Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Martinez, and Ahmad all played. Anthony scored a penalty. Huh?
Take that back, 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 back. Let's go.
3-1 loss. That's good, baby. All right. Final thing that I'm gonna bring up for the sports section. Um, Actually, I don't even know if it's worth. I mean, I might cut it out. If I don't cut it out, then we're just gonna continue speaking about it here. But is it worth discussing the WWE madness at the moment? Well, it's not directly involving any current. Well,
It's
Brock Lesnar.
it's worth talking about.
hmm Um,
It's definitely worth talking about.
So Vince McMahon, it's been very apparent for many a year that he's not a good person. Okay, say for example, this comes out, it's true, right? And then if you still had like obviously it gets proven in court. Like I already know Vince is dodgy in my mind, so whether it gets convicted or not, he's a dodgy piece of shit. But anyway, say for example he gets convicted, true. I don't know, he's made to pay a fine or whatever, maybe some probation because he's too rich. Do you think obviously people like John Cena, for example, will still come out saying they think Vince is a great guy because obviously he gave them ETC? Or would you not think that's a
Yes.
little bit of career suicide after this kind? It's sex trafficking, bro. Like, do you not
Okay.
think it's kind of like career
So
suicide if you do that at that point?
here's how I'd say this.
Mm,
People like John Cena are going to what will happen is anytime they ask about this man, they
mm,
will say the same thing, which will be like the man that I know, was a great guy who gave me everything.
mm,
And then they'll claim not to know about any of the allegations or not to know anything more than that, apart from
mm.
what's seen in the public. They'll probably distance themselves from the allegations, like, oh well, like, that's horrible. But we'll let the law do its king. Oh, but he wasn't found guilty, or like, oh, well, he didn't get, and then they'll use that to try and whatever.
Mm.
Some of the people are obviously cognizant to it and would have seen it because, let's be real, if this man is sending women to sleep with Brock Lesnar to and send him photos and
John
do all of that type
Laurinaitis.
of stuff to
Yeah,
get him a contract, to get him to resign a contract. That means it's not the first time he's done it. It wouldn't be the last time he's
definitely
done it.
not the last. Definitely not the
So
last.
it means that this would have been a thing that would have happened across many people. Blah blah blah. So they'll know about it, and it'll be a thing that it's very clearly known about.
Yeah.
So they won't be surprised by it, which means they won't have that like, oh, what? Like this is the
Oh,
thing they've probably been preparing
we
for
had no
ages.
idea he was doing all of
Yeah.
that.
So the biggest thing about this is now obviously the UFC deal and the merger with TKO. They just
And the
signed a
Netflix
deal with
deal,
Netflix.
5 billion.
You just you just signed a deal with Netflix. You signed a merger with UFC to make TKO. The Rock has just signed as a corporate shareholder, which
Yep.
gives him access to his own name, and he now owns The Rock. You do all this, and Vince McMahon sought 20% of that share of that. So realistically, business-wise, you'll probably see a share crash when more information comes out.
hmm
But also, I just think some of the things in there are horrible. Like
Genuinely terrible.
so like some of the things that Vince has done is horrible. John
hmm
Laurinaitis is horrible. Some of the things Brock Lesnar was doing, you were like, that's so horrible. The
Yeah.
Randy Orton stuff that came out from a few years ago, horrible.
Yeah.
But the way it's been handled in a business environment, in terms of like they created a committee with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon who were
hmm
meant to like look at the allegations, and they just decided to never actually speak to the person who made the allegations. So they made the
Shocker.
decision based off of like oh, we feel he's okay. Stephanie quitting when he came back says a lot more than
Yeah.
people actually realize. Um, it's a disgusting thing, really, and I think the problem is that some people are gonna like. Some people love WWE so much they're going to defend Vince no matter what, and you're seeing that a
Same
lot on
thing
social
happened with
media. It will
Hogan,
happen a
bro.
lot. Well, the Hogan thing was racism, and like in
Yeah,
America, I can understand.
this is definitely worse than
So
racism.
the thing with Hogan is like
Yeah.
it, I could understand it as a white male if he was your hero and you hear this stuff and you're
Hmm.
like, he's not racist because a lot of black people came out like, no, no, we love Hogan.
Yeah.
Oh, like, oh, I'll let Hogan say nigger, and like you're like, okay, like bad context, bad tapes. Like that, it
Yeah.
was the thing that was said. I think Dennis Rodman said it.
Oh God,
There's a lot of
fucking
like,
Jesus
it was
Christ.
a lot of people coming to his like, oh well, I let him say it to me because he's mad. Like, yeah,
That's my G.
whereas with the thing with Vince is like defending him in this situation is just you're as culpable to this shit as he is. If you knew
Mhm.
about it and you didn't do anything, you're as culpable as he is. You're basically you
Literally part of the problem.
and like some people have been doing things like, well, he was abused as a child, so like it's and I'm like, well, that yes, that is the thing that happened and shouldn't have, but also that does not stop the fact that he's a grown ass adult who's in his 80s who has been abusing people for near on 40 to 50 years
Facts.
and like doing things that are so weird. Like the thing is, everyone's always people who watch wrestling have always known Vince is odd. The
Hmm.
man tried to make a story where he impregnated his own daughter and didn't see anything wrong with it. The man's not wired correctly. He's said nigger on TV. He has made
Multiple
jokes
times.
about. He's made jokes
Multiple
about like
times.
someone wearing like being a terrorist with the way they dress. Like he's done these things and
Uh-huh.
like, and yet you've always been able to merge it as the character. Like, oh, I'm such a bad boss. Where in reality, he's been doing some of the most degrading
Sketchy
things
things.
and
Yeah.
using corporate lawyers to cover it up and paying NDAs and hoping that it never came out. And then when it did come out, but like, well, I've got enough money to fight it. The
Hmm.
problem is that now we're in a world where like all this stuff's coming out and it's so horrible. I feel
Yeah.
bad for the victims. I feel bad for the people who have to deal with it, the families. Like it's and
It's
every time
insane.
something comes out, people are just like, no one's shocked anymore. It's just
No, you just like, yep, well, of course. Like, okay,
like the
literally
Brock
my
Lesnar thing.
thinking now is like, bro, there are just nonsense everywhere, or just like just the
Honestly,
most
so
dodgy human beings everywhere.
in
Just fucking
2020,
everywhere. It's
in
insane.
2020,
Mm.
in 2020, there was a speaking out movement in wrestling. It happened in obviously Hollywood,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then it pushed itself to wrestling. And during that time, obviously we're in COVID, a lot of things are happening, and it gave a lot of time for people to reflect on stuff. And they started talking about their experiences in wrestling. And at that time, it became hard to watch wrestling because the British wrestling scene in particular, a lot of like the top stars were coming out as they were like being exposed as like one guy was training a girl from the age which was like 15, 16, and then was
Yeah.
like doing like that type of madness and like
Yeah.
another guy was like slept with a girl who was 15 and was like, oh well, I know I'm 27, but like she claimed she was 16, it's fine. And everyone was like, yeah, it's still off. And then like, there were a lot of like things that coming out and it made it hard to watch wrestling. And then and the more these things come out, people were like, we need more checks and balances in place in wrestling. And then you combine that with that made it harder to watch wrestling. Now
Yeah.
with Vince and all this shit that came out, like every new story, it gets harder to just like switch. Like when the story first came out, that man went on TV and was like, don't worry about it. Like we're a
Yeah.
family. Like and then tried to pretend that it wasn't happening. And then the more it kept happening, they kicked him off TV. Then he fought his way back into his own company. Now he's back with the company, like running things, and he's in charge of the company. And
Yeah.
it's like how much can you get away with and before you just fuck off? And
Literally. Because
like
like
I don't
there
have any
has to be
Triple
some
H
kind of
thing.
fucking
There has to
there
be
has
a
to be,
limit.
there has to be like, some kind of repercussions for this. But at the same
100%.
time, as they always literally say, with cases like this, it's difficult to prove because like sometimes it's like hearsay.
No,
So it's
no,
like
no.
I don't
No,
know.
but here's
I don't.
the difference. So the
Mm.
difference here, Vince McMahon's charges aren't hard to prove
Oh, bro,
because he
I
signed
got
it.
I was gonna go through the list of all the
Oh,
gifts
it's a
that
list.
he. Yeah, so the gifts. I'll
Like,
go through.
gifts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me. Okay. So this is what
Okay,
he
I'll be honest.
gave.
I'm going to skip this.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to say this.
This is okay. So this is what he gave her in order to try keep her like quiet about the whole situation. So he gave alternative clinic medical care and cosmetic services and products. Clubhouse access to the Belmont Stakes, WrestleMania full private day transportation, all that good stuff. A day of well, sorry, $2,000 Nordstrom gift card, a massive box of Goldva, I don't know, something like that. $20,000 towards surgery, a pearl slash diamond pave lariat necklace. What else is here? Blue cashmere knee length cardigan, blue Burberry check cashmere scarf, more scarves, another cashmere scarf, Celine sunglasses from Nordstrom, cable knit throw blanket, uh, large bouquets of flowers, which were delivered every other week, a 2022 BMW 430xi, $5,000 gift certificate at Lanfer Spa, two private chefs at McMahon's condo, a gold and diamond paperclip necklace from Betteridge in Greenwich CT, $15,000 Bloomingdale's gift cards, food assortment display, and a antique tea ceremony set from Saudi Arabia, large bouquets of flowers. Again, this was said again at the bottom, delivered every other week. I don't know why they put that in twice. Yeah, one person. I literally got the screenshots. That's what I was reading from, bro. That's insane. It's like as I was reading it, I was struggling to read it because my brain's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing, G? Hold on.
I try to address how I feel, but like, I need to.
I just chucked it in the Poker Bricks chat, but yeah, no, it's actually man needs to go, or like just someone do something. You know what I'm saying? And I know, Lord knows that money talks. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, but realistically, it is disgusting when you actually really deep the kind of stuff he's done, and Lord knows if he gets away with it, the stuff he'll continue to do.
He's going to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. There's no doubt about that. But like I said,
Jail.
that's how I feel about that. Like, just like, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So the way I see it is like
summarize.
So using your power to force women to do anything in that type of coercive way is something that's wrong. Consent is something that should be 1,000%. You shouldn't use.
There shouldn't be any question about it.
You shouldn't use women's positions as a way to like, wow, she said yes, but realistically, you blackmailed her or made her feel in a way that she couldn't say no. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you can just be rich enough and just get away with it, even though it's written down, like if you look at all those gifts, that is just him just buying someone off, because to him, that's all people are worth to him. Like, he doesn't. The man is a proven racist, rapist, fucking assaulter. Everything that could be wrong is this man. Like, he left his people. Like, so you look at the type of man that this man is. He not only did he kill Owen and then triumphantly didn't. They went to Saudi and there was an argument with the crown prince about payment. And he left Saudi Arabia and left his people on the tarmac, not knowing what could happen, knowing the problems with that, knowing it's a crown prince, and knowing that anything could have happened. Probably wouldn't have because of the scope of the people, but left people on the plane scared for their life, not knowing what's happening. Well, he left. And that's the type of person you look at, it doesn't value human life. And the problem, one of the weirdest things is that people pine for this Attitude Era back, and you really watch it, it's just, the most of the Attitude Era is just the most racist, like stereotypical shit, and
like
basically it's just him living out his weirdest feet, like fucking.
Do you know what makes me laugh from the Attitude Era? Is like watching wrestlers who know they did like bad shit try to defend it. My two favorite, to be fair though, Devon doesn't do it as much. But Bubba Ray Dudley, bro, that man will defend himself to kingdom come. I can't remember on whose podcast it was, bro. And
He's got his own.
Yeah, well, it's probably his own then. Bro, it was so fucking funny him defending the shit like he was doing to women and stuff at that time.
Yeah.
He was like, we were a family in that locker room. You know, everyone was okay with it.
Look, she asked me to slam her into the ground as hard as I'd slam anyone else.
Bro, they were laughing. Like, I think they So you know, like that move, like when someone's on the floor, I think Barbary like spreads the legs, and obviously Devon,
So like,
yeah, and then like obviously head first into the groin. He did that.
yeah,
I can't remember what diva they did that to. So he did that, and
quite,
then
quite,
obviously, and
yeah.
then Devon just literally stayed between her legs,
Stay
and
down there. I
and
know
then I
exactly
remember,
what.
and then like she was like, obviously came out saying obviously she was uncomfortable at the time and stuff, but you know that's just the way it was at the
What do you
time.
mean?
I'm like,
Do you mean as a
bruh,
guy? Do you mean as the guy lay between her legs and they wouldn't move, even though that wasn't part of the move that he was doing? He was
yep,
just simulating giving her oral sex as part of the joke.
yeah,
What she wasn't
yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. You mean in front of 30,000 people? She didn't want that to happen. Yeah, probably. My G,
What
probably.
the idea that you have the idea that it's a business that you have to do exactly what's said, or you might get fired. So then you would go along with things you're not comfortable with, and then when you try and say you're not comfortable with it, fam, there's just so many down like
Mm.
AJ Lee, John Laurinaitis looked at that girl and said you're not attractive enough to be a champion, and then that's why half the women in that locker room feel pressured into getting shit like fucking fake breasts or doing this or getting
Yep.
cosmetic work done because it's what they think they need to do, and it's like it's
It's what
only
you
been in
need
the
to
last
do to
six or
make
seven
it.
years where it's only been the last 6 or 7 years where we've started to get wrestlers, women wrestlers, who just like to wrestle, and people are like, "Bring back the attitude era." No, like
Don't
respect
need that,
women.
bro.
It's not that hard. It's just
You don't need that, bro. Or just bring. I mean, if you want that level of aggression and stuff, cool. But cut out
the
the
bra and
disgusting
panties
side of it, bro. You
matches,
know what I'm
the
saying?
fucking the bra and panties matches, the fetishizing the fucking like s- schoolgirl style stuff where like they're doing like it's not needed, especially in a project that is now watched by
Bro,
mostly kids. Like,
bro, shout out to the fucking bra and panties matches from back in the day, bro. Or the fucking mud, like they'd get like an inflatable thingy, fill it with
fucking yeah,
mud,
yeah,
and then be like to the women, wrestle.
and the thing is, you know, and then the thing is,
It's
that like some of
stupid,
them would
bro.
love it because they're models. Some of them would be like, "I don't feel comfortable doing this." People
Mm,
have said openly they don't feel comfortable doing it, or they felt like they were objectified, and they
yeah,
were just told, "Oh, well, that's the job." And then people are
that's the
like, "No,
job.
but we want that back." And they're like, "No, no, we didn't like that." They're like, "We don't get, we want it back." And you're like, "You just need to get some bitches."
Uh, I
And
think I think
essentially, because
with an
clearly,
engine like that though, if someone was like, "Oh, I don't feel comfortable doing that," all Vince would have done is, "Okay, leave," and then he'll just
fire,
bring in
fire,
someone else
leave,
who needs the cash,
leave.
a little bit naive, then just
The problem is,
obviously get it done.
fired, released, and it's humiliated. Is what happens.
Yeah.
He had Trish Stratus walking around on bending knee, barking like a dog because that's just how he views women. Like it's
Yeah.
he also not only
Vince is
that he
such a
did that
dodgy guy, bro. He's such a
he did that with
dodgy
his
god,
he did it
man.
with he did it with his own daughter. Like he had his. So do you see what Kurt Angle said? Which because
No, I don't
so
think so.
so I've been off Twitter really like I've only been jumping in now.
Mm,
I jumped onto Twitter and saw Vince McMahon trending, and then I saw the Kurt Angle story, and I thought the Kurt Angle story was why Vince McMahon was trending until I refreshed and said, "Oh shit, this nigga is." That angle is based on the storyline with him, Triple H, and Stephanie, where he was into Stephanie, and there was a whole thing like love triangle. He said he was
okay.
uncomfortable because they'd be doing a kissing thing, and Vince McMahon would be 4 foot from them, directing him how to kiss his daughter, and like being like really like kind of
You see,
you
okay,
know
you see what I'm saying? Like, and
like,
I'm saying this like right now as well. If you asked like off camera, yeah, I'm saying if you, well, I don't know what she said, but say for example, you ask Stephanie McMahon off camera, you're just her friend or whatever, like obviously thoughts on your like your dad or whatever. She'd probably say, "Yeah, I really love my dad. He's a great guy. Like he's very enthusiastic, whatever, whatever." Some families, that's just normal.
well the thing
You
with
know what I'm
Stephanie
saying?
is
And like
she got rid
that's
of
not.
him. Well, they got rid of him, and she was part of the group that got rid of him.
Yeah.
Her and Triple H voted to get rid of him.
Would you not say
Um,
that they were thinking like more bigger picture, like in terms of
no,
like the
no,
longevity
I
of the
don't.
company,
No,
or no?
I don't think so. No, I think Shane did the same shit. Falling out with him doesn't like a lot of the time they cut this man off, or like in terms of like they feel a respect to him because obviously he's in the business and like without him like there is nothing. But he's like that racist old grandpa that like you do, like, it feels like every time they try and cut him off, he finds a way to come back. And then obviously she probably loves him personally because he's his father and that's all she knows. Like she doesn't know anything else, but also knows that some of this shit isn't right. But there's nothing she can do because she's actually a woman in a male-dominated world. So even when Stephanie tries to do stuff and change things, and when she was in charge, people were like, "We love this, it's amazing," and Vince was like, "People love shit again." No, no. What do you mean no one's being abused in three? Oh, I'm coming back. Like also,
Vince
I want to
McMahon,
read the
right?
I want to read the Kurt quote in full
Oh
because it's
God, have
mad.
mercy. All right.
It was weird. It was very uncomfortable. Vince, not only was he directing, he was like 2 feet away from us. Vince is right behind the camera looking at us. I'm not saying he felt like he looked like he was aroused, but he had this look like I want to see this.
Have mercy, bro. I feel
That
like
man
that.
was behind the
I feel
camera
like you
like,
just
yeah,
read out an adult confession. That's how I feel. I legit feel you just read
yeah,
out one of
yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah. I think these accounts might be
Oh,
from Vince's account. Like they might be him online just going, "Well, I cheated on my woman. Is
uh,
that wrong? I thought it was okay.
Lord have mercy on my fucking soul.
Why can't I cheat? What's wrong with cheating?"
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was a very long sports segment, but I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
There you go,
the
man.
Vince thing isn't going away, but
It's
but
just
we
is
can
what it
move
is.
away from it.
Yeah, we'll move away from it. Well, don't get me wrong. We'll
Wait, wait,
update
wait,
you
real quick,
guys
real quick.
as more madness has happened. But for
Okay, real
now,
quick. Tomorrow's a Rumble. Who's winning?
oh shit! Oh shit! Ah, fuck! I fucked it.
What?
Um, No, don't worry about it. I'll tell you. I'll tell you after the stream. Fuck.
After the stream.
I wanted
Okay.
to after the podcast, whatever. I wanted to watch the Rumble. Okay, we have who's winning? I hope Punk, but I think actually. Oh wait, no. Wait, hold on. I need to really think about it now because what are the storylines?
For the viewers, the favorites for the Rumble right now are Cody,
Yeah.
winning back
Oh,
to
there
back.
you go. There you go.
Gunther,
No,
Cody,
not happening.
Gunther, Brock Lesnar,
Gunther ain't winning shit.
CM Punk, or The Rock. Those are the 5 favorites.
I'm saying Punk or Cody, but I want Punk to win, but I think Cody will because they can just fit Punk in at Mania no matter what. But storytelling wise, blah blah blah, I think it's better for maybe Cody to win. But we finally get to see Punk wrestle. That's the only fucking thing I'm excited for.
Considering Punk hasn't wrestled, I'm putting my money on Punk winning the Rumble.
Oh shit! Okay, fair enough. Well,
I think Cody gets his rematch during like Elimination Chamber or something in Australia.
Do you think Sasha Banks makes a Rumble return?
No, she's going to AEW, I think.
Okay, fair. All right.
But I think some people will make returns like Andrade, etc.
Sweet. Well, there you go, ladies and gents. Your daily, weekly dose of sports.
Imagine Gunther wins it after you say no chance.
No fucking chance. No fucking chance. I will do a forfeit of some sort next podcast. Should he win? I'll let Dagan decide what that would be. Nothing ridiculous. All right. Oh yeah, shit. Movies. For us to watch this week. So, I got the best movies of 2023 from Rotten Tomatoes. I'll give you 3, then you pick which one you want to watch from the 3. Have you already seen Killers of the Flower Moon?
What did you say to me?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
No.
So that's 1. Next up is Past Lives.
The fuck are these films? No.
I'm picking like more like diverse movies, you know what I'm saying? And The Holdovers.
No.
Okay, which one do you want to watch from those 3? And I'll watch one of the others.
Could you repeat these options again?
The Holdovers, Past Lives, and Killers of the Flower Moon. Which one do you want to watch?
Were those the actual top 3 films, or would you like skip some?
No. Oppenheimer's number 1. You have Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. You have Into Spider-Verse, Barbie, John Wick, Air. You have a bunch. If I'm picking, I told you, I'm picking more diverse movies, right?
I was like, where the hell are my films that I know?
No. Yeah, okay.
I'll watch The Holdovers.
The Holdovers. Okay, cool. All right, I'll watch Killers of the. I'll watch the Killers of the Flower Moon. So next week, David and I will give you guys a review of those 2 movies, and then we'll go from there. I'll pick action movies next time. I want the Poor Things is amazing.
Naked.
Yeah, listen, everyone loves a naked Emma Stone. All right. Actually, before we move over to the core questions, I did this on purpose. Because I got some hot takes for you. Okay. Got some hot takes. Tell me whether you agree with them or whether you think people are just bugging out. Okay. The first hot take for you, a very basic one. Cats make better companions than dogs. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree. All right. I completely disagree too. All right. Spiders get a bad reputation. Agree or disagree?
Disagree. The
Let's see.
niggas. Well, it's not a bad reputation. Just don't be in my place. Like, if I see you, I'm a freak out and try to attack you. That's
You're
just like,
gone. Yeah, you're gone.
if you're outside doing your thing, then we got no problem.
I was gonna say, like, if
If
I'm like on my bed and you're like all the way over there in the corner, and I'm like, cool, you do you,
if
bro.
I
You
can
do you.
see you in the
Mm.
top corner, then I better do your thing. But when you're like here with
Yeah,
me,
no,
blood,
when you
then
start creeping up to my wall, we have a problem. We have a
I've got a
fucking problem.
circle. This is my little proximity. If you get in my proximity, then it's one of either I die or you
it's
die.
the
Okay,
it's the croc, bro. It's the croc. All right. Nike
I'll try and
is
keep you alive as I can.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Next hot take. Nike is the best sports brand. It's a thinker. It's a thinker. I think in recent time, maybe Adidas had its time where they were cooking. But I think right now, yeah,
See,
I'd have to agree.
I'm moving from Adidas to Nike more. I used
Mm,
to love Adidas,
yeah.
like, but then yeah, yeah, Nike's the best, but it's not clear. Like, I'm not giving
Mm,
them like well, like it's not like there's no argument about it. Like there's it's like I could, but also I kind of miss like I miss like the Yeezy Adidas season when like it was like everything
yeah,
was
no,
nice.
because they used to go to war. Now it's just kind of
And,
like,
and the
yeah,
NMD
yeah.
season and like just like
Shout out to the NMD. Such a comfortable shoe. All right. Next hot take. Amazon Prime is better than Netflix. They have
yes,
reach. You fully agree?
yes.
Oh shit! No, I
Netflix,
didn't. I didn't think you'd agree with that one. That's crazy.
Netflix is ass. I keep going on that motherfucking thing looking for something to watch, blood. Like,
Bro,
brother,
it's dire.
fam, okay. I'm putting it out there.
Mm.
I know that there was a time when Netflix was going in, and I could sit down and be like, "Yo, let me just put something on Netflix," and I would have something to watch. But I'm going on Netflix and I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and nigga, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find like, look, these man just had Reach Out, they just had Saltburn, they just had fucking I don't know. If I go on Prime and I just scroll, I can get some good
Yeah, I was gonna
movies.
say like
I got some good
like their
shows.
recommended for
They
you
got
is
the
actually a good
boys,
recommended as well. By the way.
the boys, the Handmaid's Tale, Reacher. They've got the Office on there. What else have they got on there? They got fam the recommended too. Them Amazon. They've my Alexa's in my
The,
damn fucking bedroom. Fam, she does everything I like.
I was
Apparently,
gonna say
like
no. They got
that bitch is
data.
like that
They
bitch is
got data.
that bitch is like yeah. You want a little comedy
Bro,
action?
bro, I
Oh,
swear to God, one of these, I don't even know, like, out of the blue, the other day, I was like, I really want to watch a rom com. I click on Amazon, suggested, one of the first things is a rom com. It doesn't
yeah.
do
You
that.
just like
It doesn't,
look
it's
man.
like, here
Look
are
man.
rom coms for
The way
you.
I see it,
Like,
the
what?
way I see it is, if you're going to listen to me, at least be useful.
Do it
When I
well.
say
Do it
something
well.
like look, I just put it like this. Like the way I
Mm,
see it is, I have three fucking of the like I've got Netflix, Disney Plus, and I've got Amazon Prime Video. I
mm,
don't even pay for Netflix.
okay.
I borrow that. And firstly, that pisses me off that I can't watch it on my TV now because whenever I want to watch it on my TV, I get the you're more than too
Yeah, yeah.
interested.
It has
And
to be
then
PC.
there was that little button. There was that little button that you could click that would be like, no, it's just me in it. Don't worry. And then now they're like, no, we took that button away. No more. You got to get text. So now I have to go back
Yep.
to the person who owns the account. Like, yo, are you watching Netflix? Can I? And then
And
I'm
bro,
like, it's not worth it because
and
then
it's
you got to
fucking
get
jarring
text back.
because
And
if you're not, because obviously if you're using Chrome, it lowers the quality of your Netflix. You have to use Edge because it actually is more attuned for the fucking Netflix viewing experience. You can actually get HD video, which I think is stupid, but whatever. We digress.
the
All
way
right.
I see it, Prime Video and Disney Plus are like, because I can watch Disney Plus, I can do a Marvel marathon at any time. Or actually, no, it's Disney Plus, it's Prime Video, and then Netflix. I don't. If it wasn't free, I still might not use you. Like the
Okay,
best thing
fair.
Netflix has is Netflix and chill. The rest you just
All right.
once I work out a way to get Disney Plus in the thing, you motherfucker.
All right. Two more hot takes. Sorry, two more. Next one up. Marvel movies are starting to lack imagination. Hot take. It's a
That's
hot
not
take. Agree or
no
disagree?
no 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 no. That's not even a hot take. That's a cold take. That's a very cold take. I feel like there's no one that watches the original Avengers to the Thanos arc and then watches this shit and goes, "Oh, this is creatively inventive." Like, come on now, we all know this shit is whack.
Bro, have you seen the Marvels yet? Obviously, it came out for free in HD. I did not go to the cinema to watch it. But you haven't seen it, have you? Yeah, I can comfortably say it had good bits. And then it had like, okay, 20% of it was good. The other 80%, bro, if I wasn't looking at Brie Larson, I don't know why I'd be there for. Like, I just didn't understand. And they try to save it. Do you even care about any spoilers for it or no?
I watched this. I watched a review. I know
Okay.
what happens to the film.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, and obviously they try to like save it a little bit with like the X-Men at the end. Bro, I'm telling you right now, that chick at the end, that black chick at the end, I don't know what her name is or what her superhero name is. She just has the power of light or something like that. I don't know. Basically, she was able to pull realities together. She's one of the most powerful people. Like, and she can fly. She can do all this shit. No, I don't know her name. No one knows her name. I'm like, who are you? The villain in the movie. I was like, from the second I saw the villain, I kid you not.
Which platform are you on about?
I don't, bro. The hero, the third one, the third one. There's
X-Ray
Kamala. There's
Monica Rambeau.
No, not Kamala. There's Kamala. There's Captain Marvel, and then the other one. That one.
Monica Rambeau.
That one. Yeah, bro. I like. Who are you? I know. Like, I think you have to watch a bunch of the other shit to understand who she is, maybe. But watching as a movie, I was just like, her screenplay wasn't bad. The villain, whoever the villain was, her screen presence was terrible. The second she came on screen, I was like, you're just a bad villain. You don't even look like you're a villain. They should have got like a Ruby Rose or someone to play it because like you look like you just want to give out cookies.
Monica Rambeau was in Captain Marvel originally.
Okay.
And then she's the child of. I haven't actually seen Captain Marvel, so I remember from looking at the review. She's the child of like Brie Larson's character's friend.
Yeah. I remember that.
And then she's in WandaVision. For sure.
I haven't seen that.
So she's in WandaVision. And she gets her powers in WandaVision. I think she like there's a lot of like electromagnetic stuff, and I think she tries to get through the thing, and then at one point I think she gets they made it like very clear that they were setting her up to be certain.
Yeah, well, clearly from the movie that movie, it's like she pulled two different realities together on her ones. So it's fucking nuts.
That film was meant to be her, like, you know.
Well, you introduced her. You didn't do it well, but now I know that you have this god tier individual who will probably get beaten by level 5 Pikachu next episode. But like, it's fine.
No, because they did this with Captain Marvel, and they're like, oh, she's on crud. Like, oh, Nick Fury called her, and we know. And then they brought out that fucking whack ass fucking film, and then we were like, oh, but what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do in the fucking end game? Oh, she gonna hand to hand with Thanos. Oh, we can't wait. And then she came out and she's like, yo, I gotta dip for a bit. Oh, I'm back. Oh, I'll carry this.
I remember being so fucking fuming. I was like, where? I get it. Like, the way they kind of justified it was like, the Earth is not the only one having fucking problems, okay, guys? But, brother, you don't hype up a character that much. Give them the strength. Like, she's obviously, like, the way they portrayed it is like, obviously she's stronger than Thor because obviously she can, you know what I'm saying? And then tell me she's not going to be in the movie. Well, she is, but for like 5 minutes.
Fucking bullshit. You didn't get to do one dope thing.
Fucking bullshit,
not one like. I didn't see no hand. There was no like just put that part. Like, I was like, this is the person who's stronger than like everything. This is your ace in the hole. What did they do?
None.
She kind of helped. She thought that was a bit, but like not that much. Like, Marvel's fallen off, but it's a design of the fact that they had a perfect story arc, and then this story arc is pretty much the Robert Downey Jr. ain't here, and they might not here, but like, can you give us some cash? Thanks.
All right. Well,
plus burnout.
Well, your final hot take.
That hot take hurt me. Oh, that Netflix really. What did it right in me? I can't.
Your final hot take. I fully agree with this one. Crocs are a must-have footwear item.
I disagree.
Disagree? Well,
I
that's
don't.
bullshit.
I don't actually hate them, but like I don't. They're not. They
All right.
they are a they are a comfortable
Elite shoe.
choice, but
Elite
there are
shoe.
also
Yes.
other comfortable choices. And when you get a Croc, you're only 2 steps away from getting some Birkenstocks, and that's really
Crocs
where
are
you are.
better.
Like they were able to make Crocs cool with the adding the charms to it, but really you are walking around in a bit of rubber. Like you're basically walking around in a car tire. Like it's a comfy car tire, but like it's
Damn
not.
straight it is. The fuck?
But all you've done is taken middle aged people's shoes that they use to go gardening, and then put some little bejeweling on it and bejazzled it, and then gone, oh, it's cool now, and then everyone was like, oh, and it's comfy, and pretending that
I
like
want to say I
it's not
was
just a big,
wearing it before it was a thing, but whatever.
it's not just a big slipper. Like,
Okay.
well done, you're old anyway, so you were the right age to get a girl.
All right. Okay. Final. Okay. Welcome to the final. Well, I got 2 core questions and 2 adult confessions because it's been an hour and 10. And
What? I thought it was
editing.
like 3 hours.
No.
I'll be trying to make you edit as much as possible. God damn it.
Yeah. No, coming to the end now. All right. Your core question, number one.
Okay.
Are let me land.
Okay. Sorry.
Are you dating your daughter?
Wait. The more questions. The more.
Bro,
Date?
bruh. Chief.
Yeah. Is there more to that sentence?
Let me. No, that's the whole question.
Okay.
Let me read some of the
So,
comments
before you do
here.
that, I think
Yeah.
so. I think means
Mm.
if this question means so
Is it okay
as
to?
no, because it's two different things. Because daddy daughter dates are a thing. You take your daughter out, you get dressed up, you take her out, you go get food, and you like treat her like. Basically, it's the idea that you treat your daughter, like a queen, and you go out, and like maybe you go to a restaurant, you go and get food with her, and then you go and do something special, make her feel special, blah blah blah. That in itself is completely fine and normal, and is a part of a family relationship. It's basically just going out for a treat in the evening. Calling it a date is still a little weird, and those people. Some of the people who do that are a little weird and a little like it's just. But now, if it's going the other way,
Mm.
I, we have to have a conversation about this podcast future. Okay, like just read the comments. Read the comments. I'm just going to see.
Okay.
Because
See where the humanity lies. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like this way, we're fine. This way, cancelled. You know what I'm saying? It's just
All right.
wax on, wax off.
All right. Cool. All right. So, one of the comments here. I'll answer that for my father and I. We are well past the dating stage. Another comment. No, but I'm fucking my sister. Another one here. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but my dad is well hung.
My eyes.
All right, next score question, Damien. All right. Me and this guy went on a date through online dating. We slept together on dates 2 and 3. It's now been 5 days since the third date, and he hasn't got in touch at all. Should I just move on? Why are you smiling?
Yes.
You should move on. If it's been 5 days and he hasn't contacted you, yeah.
Let's be real. Date one, he was like, this girl's attractive. Date two, you smashed. Date three, it was like, I'm not sure about it, but I'm gonna try it again just to see.
We'll just see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Date three is smashed. That one was like, if I go on date four, it might be the relationship, so I'm gonna cut. That's really what happened there, because there's no way you go 5 days after a date without even like, I had a good time.
Yeah, no. At that point,
just move on. If the sex was good, count as a dub. If the sex was shit, chalk it up to the game.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're now on to our final segment for today, adult confessions. Davian, would you like one from my cheating heart or my cheating heart?
One from your cheating heart, please.
Okay. Okay. So the first one, this one's actually kind of deep, to
Sure.
be fair. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
This was written by a 35-year-old female. It's called Soulmate. I met my soulmate, who I work with, but I'm married. Oh, sorry, hold on. Sorry. I met my soulmate, but I'm married. I am not unhappy in my marriage, but I am in love with someone else. Tell me, what would you have done? But actually, I'll change that to say okay, what would you do if it was you, and then what advice would you give to a friend?
What would I do if it was me?
Yeah. So you met your soulmate, but you're married. You're not unhappy in your marriage, but you are in love with
Okay,
someone else. What would
the
you do?
answer to both questions is very simple.
Mm,
Firstly, the idea that you're in love with someone is probably just the in love with the idea of them because you've never actually been with them. You're just watching them from afar. There's someone you see. Then what are you gonna do? Throw away a marriage that you're. Ideally, you say that you're probably not that happy in your marriage
mm-hmm.
because if you're in your marriage and you're happy and you're actually in love with the person, then there's no one you're looking at and being like, wow, I could be happier with them because you just know that like
True.
your shit's sweet. So realistically, probably you probably want to look at your actual happiness in your relationship and look at if you want to be in this marriage or if you're just staying in it for convenience. And then combined with that, realize that this guy's probably not your soulmate because in realistically you're 35, you're in middle age, you probably just got a crisis of confidence, you've got someone who you connect with, and you're like, oh, you wonder what it's like, but you then imagine that person's gonna be your everything when in reality men are trash and relationships are actually quite difficult. So the last thing you want is to then give up everything for this one guy, and
Mm.
then next thing you know, after 3 dates, you slept together twice and he's ghosted you. You see, it can come from it's
Yeah, you have to think about it from
what's
both
also what's
perspectives. You know
also
what I'm saying?
also you might not be his soulmate.
True. That's so true. But I feel
Like
like surely there would be like some relatively like some connection there for her to feel that strongly about that other person. You know?
sometimes flirting banter, sometimes it's
You can
treating it
100% like
as
take it like
like
maybe a little
sometimes
too far in your own
at
head.
work, what if I'm just bored? You know,
Mm,
just, what if you
work
can help me
wifey.
get the answer? What if you can help me get an answer someone? So I just make some jokes like, "Nah, how are you? Damn,
Mm.
the day you break up with your husband is now I'm there." And then she does it, and you're like, I was like, I didn't mean there. I meant like hypothetically there, but like now like it's
Now you put me in an awkward position. Like
yeah.
what are you doing here?
Now I gotta make choices and shit. I'm like, oh no, but it's like I don't know. It's tough. The grass is always green on the other side, and people in relationships
True.
sometimes fantasize about something outside a relationship because it's new, and when you're married, you're thinking about the fact that this is the rest of your life. So then you kind of think, oh, what if I made the wrong choice?
To
And
be
then you don't want to
fair,
wait till you're too old, and
I do
then
like how you didn't say like um I don't know, because like I don't know whether you said it like directly, like you might just not be happy in your own marriage, because I think you can be in something good, but also obviously have the feelings obviously this person is
I
having
think
towards
you
someone else.
can be
So
you can be completely happy in a relationship, and also that relationship might not be the one that you should stay in for the rest of your life.
true.
Those are two completely independent things. I think you can sometimes you just have irrational thoughts or like panics or moments of uncertainty, and you're like, wow, like should I?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just in your gut, and it's like I don't know. You can be, especially if you're 35 and thinking about the rest of your like future. You can don't know. You can overthink things sometimes. And like, oh, in reality, the relationship could be great, but it's not perfect. And then you look at someone else who could be perfect, and you're thinking, like, what if? But then I mean, I would have got adult confessions, but you did. So I mean, that's
Hey, listen, however you want to handle it, we can only help so
man.
much.
Look, it's. I mean, look, I think the main thing is just don't cheat. That's the best thing you can do.
Damn
If you
straight.
want to leave the person, then just leave them. If you're gonna just stay with the person, then admire from afar and imagine what it could have been like.
True.
And if he cheats on you, then you're allowed to cheat with that guy.
Yeah, there you go. Um Well, your final confession.
Maybe a class top tip.
This again was by a 34-year-old female, so 1 year younger. The title is called Bad. Oh shit! I said bad teacher. It's called Best Teacher. Actually, it's called Best Teacher. Uh, I'll confess right now that I'll confess right now that that I was a slut ever since sex ed until I met my now husband in college. I thought I left it all behind me until my kids started first grade this year. Plus, with my husband traveling more for work, it's been hard to resist. I met my kid's teacher over a Zoom for a parent teacher conference. I really only saw his face, but I thought, oh, he's hot. A few weeks after that passed, I helped out at a school fundraiser where we got talking a bit more. We had to go to the storage room to get some more cones for the field. That's where that's where I made my move. He didn't resist at all. He let me pull his pants down, and I gave him head. Jesus Christ, woman. I have to try censor this somehow. Now, every time I drop my kid off to see their grandparents, I make a little pit stop at the teacher's place. He treats me good and knows how to eat a girl out. He needed help decorating the classroom for a Christmas party, so I volunteered early in the morning. We definitely had a quickie for his Christmas present. I even let him finish inside me. It was so hot knowing, not reading that. But yeah, no one else is aware. This has 29 upvotes, 0 downvotes. The only thing I would even say, like in this whole thing, I think obviously like when she means like she'll drop off the kid at the grandparents and then obviously go fuck around literally. Um, yeah. There you
I,
go. Cheating on your husband, but
I, if
she's
she
a good
was,
mom.
if she wasn't cheating, this would be a very hot story and be amazing.
Very
The
wholesome.
fact
Like, you know what I'm
she,
saying? She's
right,
helping out with her school. She's involved. Um,
look, if she wasn't cheating, I'd be like, damn, that's a great reason to become a teacher. You know, just
mm,
you get to help the kids and then help the parents too. Um,
you got to fuck the parents,
but
apparently.
but you know, also sleeping with the person at your child's school, you know, isn't necessarily. I mean, look, if things go wrong, then you got to see them all the time, you know, or you've got to see your husband at some point, you know. It's a lot of cross wires and things that could get caught. And the last thing I never want to hear is me come home from work and I hear, "Oh, well, mum was with the teacher from like 6:30 a.m." Like, oh, we got dropped off. Like, I'll be like, okay, cool. All right, cool. Gotta kill that nigga. But but for the story, it's fine. And
Yeah, it's
I hope that teacher doesn't lose his job getting kitsch because
yeah, no, and I hope I don't know, bro. I just think
also
for the
knowing
parent, you're
imagine
just literally just
the teacher. I've
giving
got a
your
question.
kid future trauma. Go on.
If you're the teacher, do you give the child favoritism? Because
You have to.
I just piped your
Bro,
mom in that
I
comment.
censor some of the stuff this woman's doing. You have to. You have to.
You just piped their mom in that cupboard. So then you come out and they're in first grade, like you just give them extra cookies because I'm giving them milk, cookies,
Bruh, I'm saying it
sweets,
right now.
whatever
If,
you
say,
need.
for example, like, I don't know, like, obviously kids fuck around. Say, for example, another kid threw like a piece of paper at the kid whose mom I'm banging. Bro, you might get detention. You're done. You're done.
If I catch you,
Oh,
if I catch you.
expelled. But now,
Nah, you know what it is? Nah,
mm,
I'm creating fake trouble. I'm gonna be like, I need to speak to your mom after school. No, that I can't have
yeah.
this. Is what you just let someone hit you in the head with paper. I'm gonna have to talk to your mom for about 40 to 45 minutes. Go outside the hall. I can't believe this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
To
to
be,
my parents. I'll be right.
yeah, because that's I feel sorry for the husband, but I
I
don't
feel sorry for
know.
the grandparents. I'm like, why? They're like, why are you here? I
No,
love them, but why are they just here all the
I
time?
was gonna say, like, why do you disappear for an hour at a time after you drop him off? Like, what's going on there? What's going on?
Is it that important? There's that many school meetings? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay. You must be real. Do you want to become a teacher? She probably
Yeah,
would. Actually, no,
you
that'll
come
take
back
away
with
the mystique. Probably. That
you
would.
come back with a lot of materials and things. Is that glue?
It's
It
mm.
looks like ah,
Well,
it's that fishy blue from the PVA thing, innit?
well, ladies and gentlemen, another week has gone by and another podcast is in the books. This will be edited and posted tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow for your viewing pleasure. You're welcome. From me to you, from Davian to you. We hope that you have a beautiful day, a beautiful night. And remember, guys, I'm not gonna, no. Davian, you need to come up with a new saying, bro. Because like your old one, I don't want to say that one anymore, bro. Like you've evolved now. Give us a
Whatever
new
my fucking
saying.
saying.
Give us a new saying. Give us a new saying. Like, cause
No,
like,
next week I'll give you a new saying. This week,
okay. David's gonna be in the lab figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be in the lab figuring things out.
this week, just remember, men are trash, women are trash. So you may as well be trash too, because you know better than anyone else, and that's important.
You heard it here
Equality.
first, folks. Be trash. Be trash. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.